What's going on, guys? It is your boy Cash, and I'm here with this deck that I actually don't own whatsoever. This is going to be something fun, different, and unique, where I showcase my friend busting my ass with a deck that I think is really cool. It's a different variation of this deck where it's more focused on aggro instead of mid-range, and I wanted to show it to you guys because I was very unfamiliar with it, but I think it's a nice change of like how you actually play Shadow, and I think it's a nice little change. Like, I do think that he could benefit more from using this card because it generates goes for no reason. But I'm going to show you guys the deck, obviously, and I hope if you guys let him know, hit me up in the comment section and be like, I want the deck list, and I'll force him to give it to me. Now, just to be fair, I have a scapegoat.
This world is brutal.
I have a scapegoat, okay?
Let me take you to the underworld.
First of all, why are they always so loud? I swear to God, I turn these women down all the time. Look at, they're still low. And they're just loud. All right, so this is actually me. I was like, oh bro, let's have some fun. I wanted to test out Portal Machina because I heard it was really good, so I wanted to learn the deck. Learning decks in this game is very important. You have to know how a deck flows. You have to know how a deck moves. And I'm playing Orb because I like to see, because it's a friendly match, right? I want to see, you know, if I can get it to tick early or not. And it's probably the worst decision ever. So one difference I think that's in his deck is that he has this. And I think if you guys really pay attention, especially if we're talking about against Blood Vengeance, a 2-cost thing that hits for 3 is kind of a hassle. If we're thinking like what, Rune can hit it with the Magic Missile, and there's a couple other cards, but I'm thinking in Blood. I don't know what Blood would have. Well, Blood has the entangling whatever thing that they can throw out there. But it's not really the best thing. It kind of forces them to use cards. I'm not a big fan of Nikolai. I already told him I'm not a big fan of Nikolai in the deck, but he's just pressuring me here, and I make mistakes. I don't remember what match it was, but I make some pretty bad mistakes. Please forgive me. There we go, like that. That's the first mistake I thought. I should have just smited his Nikolai. Just because it would have been a hassle-free. He has low cards in hand. I would have took out his little revamp thing. I think in the end of the day, it would have been a way better like situation if I would have done it. Because now, here it is. Soul Conversion. 2 cards, gets it back, plays it again. I'm like, maybe I should have just smited that and then just been a happy camper. I'm not exactly sure, obviously. I smited this time because that's 3 HP and it's a quick kill, but now it has already died, so I was like, damn, I didn't realize that. So now turn 6, he gets this blasphemous card. I was like, wait, what? What does this thing do? The storm, and then he comes back anyway. So I wasted my time, pretty much. That was definitely a waste. So now I'm trying to figure out ways to get around this. We get the Belphegor out. Yes. Okay. I hate that. I hate getting the last one because the last one I think should be switched to healing. Like, or just add it in because it doesn't matter how broken the card is. Like, I don't know. I just want to heal. I wish his things healed you. I feel like it would make them obviously stronger, but I feel like this is a situation that I get a lot with Machina Portalcraft when you don't navigate it properly, obviously. So now I think once this thing goes away, so now you can see he has the foolishness, right? He has it loaded up. So Aisha's gonna come out, and I'm like, okay, Aisha's gonna come out, so what? But here I think there's not much I could really do here, but I didn't understand. I knew Aisha's 4 damage, right? So I pretty much lost on board. Almost certainty. But I'm like trying my hustle. I'm hustling out here. So now boom, hit that. I'm like, okay, he can't really kill me because Aisha comes out for 4, but of course you guys probably already know where this is going. Psych, he just plays the dream thing, so that card actually synergizes with this. Plus he has the Manifest Malice that synergizes with that. That, and then that triggers her. Now, I didn't die quick, and he also has that. If I had a ward out there, he could have also penetrated the ward. I thought this was pretty good. He's obviously BMing me, so He could have been killed me.
So this is...
So I'm like, that was a fluke. Okay, okay, buddy. Cool stuff. Very cool, very cute. Okay, I'm still learning how to play this deck, buddy cakes. Let me show you how it's done. Okay, let me show you how it's done. So now the second match goes through, and I'm a little bit more aware of what he's able to do. And I think this is the match where I have the big oopsies. Definitely think this is the match he has the big oopsies. So of course we're gonna play. Oh yes, and I'm also I was trying out Apollo as well. I forgot I was trying Apollo. Let me know if you guys try an Apollo too, because I really feel like he's garbage, and I definitely will be taking him out of my deck. He seems cool, like if you remember that you have like that 2-cost thing. Like you have it in your mind that you can, you know, that card's gonna come out. Certain like same thing like City of Gold, but I felt like half the time I had it in the deck, I kept forgetting that it existed. So I feel like that was just an issue. So of course he's aggro, so he's just gonna keep hitting me with the face. He clears 1/2s, and I normally suggest against that, but he's aggro, so I guess I was like, okay. So now we have the aerial craft. I'm gonna lower all the cost of the cards in my hand, and I think here is where the mistake happens. All the Machina cards in my hand. Now, next turn I could play Orb of Desecration for 5, or I could play Belphegor for 5. And I feel it deep in my soul, the mistake that I made. So he does this, slash of the one that he has in there. I think here I decide to play the Orb, and this is a grave mistake because he's aggro. But I'm not used to Shadow being aggro like that, so I left the 4. I was like, what is he gonna do? What's the worst that's gonna happen to me? Oh, it's like this. This is the worst thing that's gonna happen to me. So he attacks. I take 7 damage, and then he gets this stupid card back. And I was so pissed, and I'm like, okay, now I'll play it. But now I'm at 7 health, and there's not much that I can do. I'm already pretty much out of the game because of that one mistake. Like I really messed that up really bad. But just to see how much pressure he put me under, and that's usually how aggro decks work. Usually, not that you can beat every aggro deck in the game, but it's interesting to see what happens when you misplay against them. If you miss, like this is what you could do against, you know, Vengeance Blood or any deck that's kind of like slow roll. You pressure the hell out of him. And I lost right there. He obviously could have just evoed the Dream Girl, and then I would have lost too. So I'm like, okay, first to 3, buddy. First to 3, buddy. Okay, first to 3, buddy. Like, who do you think you are? All right, I am the master chef. Okay, I'm learning my deck, and guys, I love uploading stuff like this, and because it really gets you into the knowledge of like learning a deck. Even if you copy a deck, and this deck is somewhat copied, not fully copied. I had the idea. I saw that people was like, oh, Machina Portal is good, and then you'll go out there, you'll use the deck and you'll fail, or you go out there, you die to Vengeance Blood, or you know, some of the other meta decks, and you fail, and you just have to keep playing. It sucks. I hate, like I made a video about it. I don't like the fact that how focused the rewards are purely on winning in this game. Not a fan of how it's purely focused on winning. But you have to seek through that. This is fighting game community, Cash talking to you. You have to just muscle through that and just go. And still here, I think that was a terrible mistake because he's aggro. He's gonna hit the face. He's gonna hit the face. I didn't like this decision by him. Yeah, like you trade your big auto kill thing for pretty much nothing, but he's just hitting face. He doesn't want me to hit that much. I get this, and now I'm gonna take it out. But we're hitting the face. Aggro for aggro, face to face. Why not? We're gonna trade both of those. I don't remember if I played the wind up. I think I was pissed that I didn't play the wind up later on because I would have got 2 things for it, and there was nothing else for me to play on my turn. I don't want to play this obviously because I could do something else. Oh yeah, here, I immediately regret it because then I could have just played it for 2. I could have had both of them in the hand, and I could have traded with this so much easier. And instead I have to use my Techno Lord to kind of take it out. Because then I'm like, oh, it's aggro, you know, I don't want to do anything. So that was a mistake. That was a huge mistake. And that's things you gotta recognize.
I'll try not to obliterate you completely.
So here he goes.
Playtime.
Another good thing about Aisha, I know like the other deck only ran 1, but she's a really good 4-drop. She gets Storm and she gets Bane, hits the face or it trades something if you want to. Like even here, I'm like, yo, what the hell am I supposed to do? I have to kill the highest damage, but I don't want to trade in this manner. So kinda sucks. I gotta trade this 8/8 into this 4/4, and I'm dying because it has Bane. I was like, damn it. So I leave the 2/1 up, of course. So now he does this Phantasm Core, because he's going pure BS mode. If you guys haven't, he's going purely for it. So now we know that Aisha's coming out next turn. I can't do anything about it. I can't reduce his shadows in any way, shape, or form. So I just play this. This is gonna trade into that really good. I think in hindsight, I maybe should have just see, I automatically killed it there. I could have used the Ghouling Howl, and also I'm board lock, hand lock, right? So that was really stupid. I could have really got more cards out and really like flood my board and like put out a threat. But then he does this nonsense to me.
Smash him to pieces.
And as long as 1 goes,
Fancy meeting you.
and then he plays that.
I'm coming for you.
And that's literally I'm like, what?
So this
I didn't totally misplay that, like super bad, but I did misplay. And then I lose because he's just rushing me down. 4th time's the charm. 4th time's the charm. Alright, so now I finally have understanding of the thing. There's actually another match that I won that I'm not gonna play because I don't want to put like all of our matches. We played a lot of matches. He's actually mostly a sword player, so this is him like kind of picking up a new deck, and I was just like, let me just try Portal. So now after many things, so this is about showing you guys a very aggro focused Shadow. Like I said, if you guys like the way he's playing it, how he's navigating it, let me know. I'll bother him, and he'll probably see this video probably in a day or 2 or something, because it's like Saturday and he's like with his boo. But by the time you fight a deck, and even Vengeance Blood, I make a lot of jokes and stuff about Vengeance Blood. Like, you see it, right? What I do? We're playing that. Wind up as soon as possible. 2 to the face. Trade with that. All good. So, like, you just start to play the deck. You start to navigate the deck better. You start to understand different situations, and you're only gonna get to that point if you just keep doing that. I felt that that was a terrible decision. I'm not aggro, and he knows that this deck is not aggro. He wasted a 4-cost spell on virtually, if I feel personally, nothing. So now I'm flooding the board because this deck, if you do get a nice good early hand, it does work really well. And of course, he's gonna. Here goes Aisha. Her dying early is still pretty good. That's 4 damage to the face. I can hit 4 damage to the face, it's just not gonna do anything. And luckily, we get the turn 5 orb. And I'm like, okay, really good. And what's beautiful about this is that I get to do that, play the loveliness. That is the puppet, Evo. We were on call and he's like, why did you do that? I was like, bro, I'm gonna attack that. I get the Evo. That's gonna go down to 6. When you kill these monsters, which he kind of has to at one point, that's gonna go down to 3. Then my turn comes as 2. Then I'm gonna blow an Evo. Boom. It's gonna happen. But of course, still to this craziness is that this guy constantly brings back Aisha. Now I understand he doesn't have enough to trigger it, right? But I understand that this is what people only do 1 because they know that they can summon it a lot. But I do think it has power from hand. So we get the Baphomet, and this has nothing to do with any of the new cards. This is classic Machina Portal Craft. That is the new Portal Craft. You know, pretty much on tempo. We get the trade there. Evo, like I said, trade 3 into 1 because he played a minion which we can trade all those into. Orb of Desecration. Perfect. This guy comes out. My deck is actually tuned that the only Portal Craft cards in there are Machina, so they will get transformed. And yes. So here he has to take out the highest DPS. Sucks to him. He's gonna leave up the 4/4 that's gonna keep summoning things, as we know. I just play this because I know for a fact that 2 things are gonna come out. Don't need to do anything crazy here. So then I just have this overwhelming board. Machina Portalcraft. It's all about, and I start to learn that it's all about that. It's all about just staying alive. It's all about just stalling until these type of turns come through. As you can see, Aisha into the attack. He has to hit the face if he wants that effect to go through. The other one evos and can trade with a minion. He chooses not to, but even still, I'm just being a dick. But even still, he was still pressuring me to the point where if he, like, you know, like I said, like if he were able to do that, and maybe he would have been able, like if he kept that Fran spell, I think he would have been able to kill this on this turn, because Fran does 4 damage, right? So he would have been able to kill this on this turn, and then it would have just been Magara and this one. I think I still have lethal, obviously, and maybe some other different things he probably could have done. I don't know, obviously, what's in his hand, but it's just a difference of slight differences of play. And when you get used to something, I realize that I really need to stop his rush, and I need to, while stopping his rush, still establish some type of mid game, because he has no mid game. All his cards are tuned to the rush, and that's what most people is. The only people that can do BS like that is Forest. Forest is the only deck that can kind of rush you and then still destroy you late game with now with Roach and other means of just kind of like, oh well, you took too long, Azudia. So like kind of stuff like that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me play this out. Yeah, Para, hold that shit. Yes, you win. That's what I want to see. But I hope that is a great, grand, lovely video for you guys. But this was the deck that I was busting his ass with. Oh baby, this deck is too fun to play. If you guys want to see me play the good old Machina Rune, it's one of the more intricate decks I think that is out there. I think all the Evo decks, I actually want to make an Evo deck for every freaking class because I love how it plays. But Ginger is exclusive to Rune, so it just makes it a little bit more spicy. But you can revolve around Ginger, like how Succubus, Destructive Succubus is in, you know, in Blood, and each craft has their own weird thing that they can bring to the table. So yeah, that's all it is for me. That's all I got to say for today. And remember, every day at the Kashino is your lucky day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.